onto that was, what valuations are you seeing with
Right.
companies now?
So you should probably talk about more of the biotech side, but Groundwork Labs, the thing I do is mostly hardware and software companies. And if you look at if you start at very early stage companies, so two people with an interesting idea in IT or hardware or software, the valuation of that kind of gets set by what accelerators do today. So if you've got just an idea and you're going to go into an accelerator like Techstars or Startup Factory or 500 startups, they're typically offering $50,000 for 7.5% of the company or $20,000 for 6% of the company. So you're looking at, if you got an interesting idea and you look like a good team, $700,000. That's with no code on the ground, nothing. Angel software deals, $1 million to $2–3 million, depending on the stage. Again, software companies. I think I heard an angel say the other day the average angel deal is $3 million valuation, first round, something like that.
Yeah, that's about right.
Biotech, I have no clue.
It can be across the board. I mean, ironically, I saw one this morning where somebody we had given several grants and one loan to, and they just got picked up yesterday for $1.2 billion. So, and yeah, that's a grand slam. Don't get me wrong, but $300–400 million is very likely to see some of these companies that are like that. I mean, it just all depends who wants it, who wants to acquire it in that market space. One of the things we haven't kicked around, market opportunity. What is the opportunity out there? What can it shed? And so that's a big piece of it when we're looking at all these things. Is it a market out there? You may have a great idea, but if you don't have a market opportunity, it's really not that good. So that's another big piece.
Well, so we're getting toward the end of our discussion, and we're talking about valuation. If I could get your thoughts on, it's a problem if you raise at too high of a valuation. It's also a problem if you raise money at too low of a valuation. Can you talk a little bit about finding that happy median, and what are the issues if you raise too low, and what are the issues if you raise too high? And this is probably a good question for John.
Well, if you raise too high, and you sometimes see this where folks are raising a friends and family round, and so you tell Aunt Molly, hey man, I got this great idea, and Aunt Molly just loves you to death. And Aunt Molly says, well, sure, I got 30,000 tucked under my mattress. I'll give you 30 grand. What do I get for it? And you say, well, the valuation's 10 million. Because Aunt Molly doesn't know, right? And so you take Aunt Molly's $30,000 and you get some software built, and you call up IMAF and you say, hey, I want to raise some money. I got my first 2 customers. What do you think my valuation? Can I get 200,000? What do you think the valuation is here? $1 million? $2 million? Well, Aunt Molly's going to be unhappy.
That's right.
Because Aunt Molly just had a down round, and so what she thought was a $10 million company is now a $2 million company because this guy's a little smarter and he valued it at $2 million. So that's the problem that you can get in with your early investors. And I'm sort of taking the sort of exaggerated case there, because certainly if you take angel money at a $3 million valuation and you don't make any progress and you got to go back out, those investors are going to be happy as well. The other end, I mean, you're just going to give up more of your company than what you might be comfortable with, and it's a marketplace, right? It's not just about what your idea is worth; it's about what the alternative investment is for that angel, because they're looking at 5, 10, 20 deals out there, and so they're looking at a deal here where they can get 30% of the company for $300,000, or over here at your deal that might be 10% of the company for $300,000. You got to give them a much better reason to invest in yours. So it's art as much as science.
It is.
And a marketplace. Yeah. It is a marketplace.
Yeah. Wow. There's certainly a lot to think about when